How you doing, guys? Okay, cool. So we're back for what is it? 26th episode? I think it's a 26th.
Half a year.
No. Yeah, it's 26th episode. Yeah, it's 20. No, it's 27th because we had our 26th episode last week. I'm gonna bring in the people today. So today we got Jack. How you doing, Jack?
Oh, pardon me. Sorry, I'm eating my dinner, guys.
Yeah. Here.
Jack checking them out if anyone was curious.
I don't think anyone was curious.
Okay. Oh.
I like the beard. You know, I'm liking your beard.
Thank you. I'm gonna grow it. I'm gonna grow it as far as I can. I can't lie.
Ooh,
Yeah, proper beard. The head is a bit tight, isn't it?
That's Malik Kizzle. He's setting up the lights.
No, I'm loving this intro you're doing.
I know, G. You gotta show the whole thing, guys. Check the trim.
Hey, it's gonna last for a month, hopefully. Hopefully. And then we got Christopher. Chris.
People.
Yes.
What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening?
And then we got Zach coming in from Rough Diamonds. And then we got all the other lot who the South people, South London people who are always late. Do you know what I mean? And then we got Kobe here, but we put him on tissue duty. You're gonna go to second say we made him go and buy a toilet roll. Still hasn't left. He's gonna go get toilet roll.
Malachi's gonna hit me.
But he's scared because Malachi is coming around the corridor and he's gonna beat him up. So
just to let you know, I'm here. I'm not going for Kobe. Like Kobe's just a shook cute. Look at him. Brilliant.
Kobe, man up.
oh no!
You understand? I will not be defeated. Now run.
Kobe, go shop, man. Do your
Run
job,
now, bro. Run
He's
now.
shouting at the screen like he ain't behind him.
All right, cool. So there's a lot to talk about today. I'll let everyone come in bit by bit. If everyone could do that thing for me, if we go on Facebook at the same time and check the comments, because for some reason this new program that we use, the new program we use is everything just doesn't let me see comments. I feel like going back to the old program. But yeah, and we have Kamani. Kamani, I want to say, you know, Brooke called you out.
Oh,
Yeah, Brooke called you out, bro.
Must have
Oh,
Yeah, Brooke called you out. Brooke said he loves the confidence. Shall I read it out to you what Brooke actually said?
come on, you got a battle. You got a battle.
You got to battle him now.
I'm down.
You got to battle him now.
What's he saying?
He said he loves it. You know, like we were doing the top 20, whatever. I think it was top 10
Freestylers.
best freestylers. He was loving your comments. He was loving the way you were like looking so carefree. Everyone else is all like got things, and you're just like, yeah, like I'm the best, innit?
Because Kamani has to copy everyone's answers, isn't it?
Yeah, didn't know what to say, did he? Where is it? Let me get it. Let me try and get it up quickly.
No, now he's muted. He's probably thinking in his head, shit.
Let me stay quiet and drink a juice for a minute.
Yeah, let me just refresh.
He's gonna pop every breath now. Training now.
Yeah.
Trying to get it. I can't see it. But yeah, he called you out. He said, I'm loving the energy. I'm loving it. Yeah. I said, you got to take me on, basically. Woo!
I'm there.
What the best in the UK?
We're gonna make some history. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I found it. Yeah. Oh yeah. So he said fourth. You know what it is? When he said fourth, I could hear what you know when so when we put Brooke fourth. Well, I had Brooke as number one for me, but people put Brooke fourth. And then when the fourth he said was like when you heard Soulja Boy go Drake. Drake. He was like fourth. Then he put a laughing thing. Then he goes, "Nah, I'm playing." He goes, "Kamani, loving the God energy. Let's test our skills when you're ready. 1 versus 1."
Ouch.
All right.
Oh, whoa.
That one there.
So
Loving the
yeah,
background, Kamani. Loving the background, bro.
Appreciate it. I have specially done it for this podcast, man.
That is so cute.
Aesthetics.
Such a sweet boy, aren't you, Kalo?
Thank you, man.
Are you in your sister's room?
No, I'm not my girl.
You got kicked out your own.
No, bro.
All right, cool. So, yeah, while everyone gets on, just a quick mention of the late Sean Connery.
All right.
Yeah, like I don't know what everyone feels about him. Obviously, I know the young people have no idea who this guy is, and they're probably sitting there going, who is he?
007.
Oh, okay, sorry, apologies.
Go on.
You're moving nuts. You trying to
Oh,
do
that was
that?
the question.
Go on.
You think we're born in 2000? Like, come on,
Alive,
bro.
fam. Like, you think that?
I'm a 90s baby, innit?
I'm a 90s
baby.
I'm a 90s baby.
I'm
You know what
actually
it is? Kamani's not even 2000. He's a 2000 and. That's how
Oh,
young
wow.
this guy is. He's an and.
Oh.
He has and. He has and in his 2000.
But I'm
What,
good now.
2001?
I'm out. I'm good now, man.
It's legal. You're only legal in the UK, though, bro. Just in the UK.
Even as me
Not
today.
around the world yet. Not around the world.
How you doing, Zach? How you doing, my friend? How you doing?
Jeez.
Yes,
everyone.
Yes, with the lighting, Zach. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what it
You're
is?
right, man.
Zach's been like, yo, I've noticed everyone always comes to lighting, so I'm gonna make
That's all I don't know who exactly I got today.
Zach, like, I didn't really plan it, but have like a top 10. Zach's amazing.
Yeah. I love that. I remember that week. He was like, I didn't really think about this top 10.
I didn't really think about it.
And then you put it on me. He was like, yeah, I'm not kind of put it me last minute, so.
I've got like 4, maybe 6.
But yeah, so yeah, it was R.I.P. Sean Connery. I think for many of us, whoa.
Wow.
That was scary.
Money said they couldn't do that.
I know. Oh, he beat me to it.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna keep doing this. So, R.I.P. Sean Connery. I don't actually like.
Sorry, let me mute myself.
I don't even know where to start. Like this guy was just like, he's a superstar on so many
legends.
Yeah,
the voice alone was unique.
Yeah,
the voice alone says it all.
I'm gonna miss it.
I'm not even gonna try and imitate it right now.
Yeah, I know. But
I want to, but I'm not gonna.
Do you know what's mad? You know what's mad? He is Scottish, but it didn't feel like he was.
Do you know how long I didn't know that for it though? Do you know how long I did not know that fact for? Like,
you know that?
I didn't know he was Scottish for a hot minute. I won't even lie. I'll be honest with you because I couldn't clock his accent.
Is it? You didn't actually know he was Scottish the whole time.
I'm not even lying to you. For a minute, I swear. Not straight away. Not straight away. Not like initially.
Yeah, no, I've always known he was Scottish.
I'm trying to think of the movies I've seen him in.
Yeah. The Rock. Was it Rock? That was a sick film.
Something else I'm thinking of.
He just everything. Indiana Jones.
That's the one.
Legendary in that one.
I was thinking of like National Treasure, and I was like, it's not that.
You know what? Do you remember he was in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah.
That film was
a good movie, but it's underrated.
Yeah, very underrated.
Very
underrated. Yeah, that was a good movie.
I agree.
How did he die?
Apparently, he died in his sleep. Should we read it? So Sean Connery, the acclaimed actor who skyrocketed to fame for his iconic role as James Bond, has died. Fox News confirmed he was 90. The Scottish actor family confirmed his death, and in a statement via his rep, he died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by family. Connery's rep tells Fox News on behalf of his wife, Micheline Rockabrune. If I say that right, I apologize if I just literally tore your name apart. And his 2 sons, Jason and Stephen. Sorry. A private ceremony will be held, his family said, followed by a memorial yet to be planned once the coronavirus pandemic has ended. Connery's death was first reported on the BBC on Saturday. He died overnight in the Bahamas, where he was known to be living in his final years. it seems like he died of a normal death. Like,
he went out like living his best life. So
Retired, fam. He was out there.
Yeah.
beautiful. That's a beautiful one. Okay, yeah. So that's R.I.P. Sean. So that's a bit of the news I've had for on this week. And then I'm gonna bring up the next bit of news. I know no one wants to talk about it, but I think it's relevant.
come on,
Biden and Trump.
it's a madness.
You said no one wants to talk about it.
You know, I didn't think he's want to talk about it.
I think us three would. I don't know about the other guys.
No, I do. I'm interested. I'm like following it, low key.
He's lying.
All right.
Don't believe it.
I swear.
I don't believe that. I don't.
So wait,
believe
hold on.
it.
What's Biden? What's Biden? What's Biden?
You mean what's Biden?
What party does he represent?
He's a self-rep.
Oh.
Now you I'm even mad, fam. You know
We're moving on.
You said, "Oh yeah, I've been following it." You can't even.
Man said following. You know what this guy's following? He's going on Instagram and he just sees a meme on his feed.
At least
Nah,
just.
oh wait, I thought. Nah, man. I thought you were talking about Kanye, man. Biden, obviously.
Yo, did you know Kanye got 60,000 votes?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
60K.
big, you know. That's big.
Yeah,
Swear.
he got
someone like-
60,000 votes.
So if someone like Jay-Z did it, then Jay-Z might be president.
Come on.
He got 60,000 votes, guys.
No.
Deep it. He got
Guys, hold on.
60,000 votes.
Just to let you know now, come on, he's definitely researching on his phone. Look at him. Look, his head down. He's like gonna be like, oh yeah.
Malik.
We're here to learn. Bro.
So bro, I
But
told you.
you know why I'm not surprised by that at all? Like 60K, I was even expecting a lot more. Do you remember 2016? They voted for the gorilla, bro. Harambe.
Yeah.
You know how many votes he got? He got thousands upon thousands as well. Americans are just done, bro.
I don't know, Jack. So America, like, I'm cool. That's that.
Oh, you're trying to be slave. Oh, you're trying to be slave. I've been slating them on Twitter, bro. I've been slating Americans.
You know what? I'll joke around. You know what? Jokes about. You know, Biden winning is not good for us.
Yeah, you mentioned, but I'm not too sure.
So Biden wants to do a trade deal with Europe, a free trade deal with Europe, and if he gets to do his free trade deal with Europe, hi Lamar, how you doing, bro?
Hello, Lamar.
Yeah, if he gets to do his free trade deal with Europe, what then happens is UK will be like in the back of the bus of a deal. Obama said this originally, and then he came out of power. Trump said he's going to make a deal with UK, but he wanted the NHS and stuff like that and part of his deal. Moving forward, it wouldn't necessarily be good because a trade deal, if he gets a trade deal with Europe and UK is behind, UK is kind of screwed.
Yeah, but we kind of knew that from like the get-go. The second we found out there was no deal, we knew we're messed up either way. And I would still think Biden's a safer option because like I think us having any affiliations with the US and the NHS involved here is worst possible thing that could happen.
Yeah.
That's the start of like our complete and utter downfall. And we're already in the dumps, man. If we lose free healthcare as well, I don't know.
Well, you
I
know,
don't know.
That's a big issue. If we lose healthcare, that's a massive issue.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, I don't care.
I feel like the healthcare would like always like not trying to be like very rude here, but it's just those who don't have to pay like tax and national insurance. Technically, look, because let's be real, we do actually pay for healthcare because it comes out of the tax and our national insurance. It's just that we don't realize.
Sure.
Of course, but that there's a big difference.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. There's a big difference.
You see how
I did it again. I'm sorry. Let me shut up.
When you see how much everything can cost, I see a video. I think it was even on TikTok. Here we go, back to TikTok, and it was stating how much they have to pay for as little as an asthma pump. Have you seen it in America? How much an asthma pump can cost if you have to buy one?
Like $1,000.
It's like £600 for an asthma pump.
Omar,
Or dollars.
Wow.
I don't know which of you IMD guys were there, but remember the year one of our guys got hurt at HHI?
Yeah.
He had to get an X-ray, an X-ray, some crutches, and some prescription drugs. And I had to go to the hospital with him, and I just had my credit card on me. I think it was for an X-ray, just an X-ray and some like prescription drugs. I think it was like $300 just for an X-ray.
What?
And crutches.
See,
Wow.
I thought it was even more than that.
Imagine having to pay that every time.
Fam, we're going broke, man.
I'm shocked it's only 300. Like, it was just around 300. I expected more.
Wow.
If you got a broken limb and you're going to hospital, if you're kept there overnight, I'm
you have
telling
to
you,
pay that as
you're
well,
going into
fam.
tens of thousands probably.
No, you got to pay that as well.
Yeah, imagine.
Wow. I didn't know it was that much.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous, bro.
It's as if you're paying for a hotel or something, fam.
The expense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah. Go on.
yeah. Yeah. The prices I've heard is so ridiculous. I heard about it's better off you get an Uber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're better off getting an Uber. You shouldn't call Anyway.
Yeah.
So should we see who thinks Biden's winning, or who do you think Trump's winning?
You know what?
He's actually gonna.
I don't know. I didn't even anticipate it being this close. I actually don't know. I think Biden might do it.
Yeah.
I agree.
But you know what? Yeah, I always have two minds, because you know what it is, because this always happens. Like Trump was obviously in the lead, then Biden, whoever we're voting for, usually gets that. There he is in the lead again. Then all of a sudden, Trump will win by like the smallest percentage ever.
Yeah, but he's trying to stop. No, what? Arizona hasn't been counted. I can't lie. Biden's winning Arizona.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think Biden's won this. What the hell? I didn't even know he was at 250. He's won. I think he's actually won.
No, he needs 70, but he's won. If he just wins one, if he wins Arizona, if he wins, what's PA again?
Pennsylvania. Trump's got.
Trump's gonna no. Biden's winning so far. Last I looked, he's winning in Pennsylvania.
Swear.
Oh.
Yeah, he was winning so far. So if he wins Pennsylvania, he's won.
Yeah.
But if he needs to get Pennsylvania. But if he doesn't, so for Trump to draw, Trump needs to get Pennsylvania. I think it's Georgia. I think that's G is Georgia. I don't know. Georgia, and then he needs to win Arizona to win.
Yeah, no.
So he ain't won.
Yeah.
Let's see that. The American election system is so dumb. This college electoral thing is actually the maddest thing. You could vote and it wouldn't count for shit.
Yeah, so it's to do with the South. So a little bit of history, guys. So the South basically came up with this idea because they were scared of losing their power within the slave trade and cotton. So they came up with this concept that only your area would vote. And that would represent who you were really or represented by, whether it was Republican or Democrats in this case. So it's a long history. It's a long history.
Oh, yeah, Biden's a Democrat, by the way, just to let you know.
Bro,
Thank you, bro.
We asked you 30
Thank
minutes.
you, Kamani.
And it has nothing to do with DEM underneath his name next to Joe Biden. And REP, Trump. Nothing to do with that.
Nothing at all.
But then saying that, Biden said he's going to pull all troops out of Iraq. All troops.
But let's face it, though. It doesn't mean that they're actually going to do it, fam. It's just selling themselves. Let's be real.
Biden is not. He's not good. He's actually still terrible.
I would say that. It's just that he's
still really bad.
You know what it is, yeah. We see the social side of Trump, like what he thinks, like his morals. That's all we see. We don't see what he does politically and what he actually does for America.
He's actually done better, bro.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I wasn't gonna cuss him. Let's be real. I mean, everyone kind of slanders Barack Obama about what he done, but I kind of always say that it's just like us, like mainly black people. We think that Barack Obama is gonna put us at the top straight away. It's not possible. No, it's definitely not possible. But anyway, like Trump's not like doing bad for like the country and their economy itself. Like, plus Biden getting into power is not going to be like a mad like landslide. It's not going to be. That's not going to be the situation, and that's what people think.
He actually, there was, if you want to do it based on the black vote that Ice Cube said that he was trying to get, based on the black vote, more black people have benefited of being under Trump in terms of employment. Isn't that crazy, guys? You should check the stats. It's actually crazy. And under Trump, the US thrived on a 30% more on a GDP or something like that than any president before that. Also, he deported less people back to South America, like Mexico. You know, the whole, because you know when everyone associated him with the whole parents thing and the splitting up, Obama did more than he ever did. Obama split more children from their parents than any president before. Then don't forget, while we cuss him about the KKK, something Bird, oh, I forgot his name. I forgot his name, about one of the KKK, what you call it, head, you know, I don't know what you call them. The head something, whatever.
The heads off.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That.
Yeah.
Joe Biden went to his funeral.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
See, it's mad when you know different stats and different situations. Now it's like raw.
They're both so bad.
Yeah.
We can afford this because obviously Biden was VP to Barack Obama.
Yeah.
I think you kind of put him like, and everyone was always like, "Oh, Barack Obama and VP," like as if they're one power couple or something.
Then don't forget, and I'll just say this one more time. Don't forget, Biden was one of the people. Who ever watched the 13th?
Yeah.
Biden was one of the people with Bill Clinton and all them lot that pushed the sanction through for that whole basically political system where you used basically, I would say, modern day slavery and did the free strike rule.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do a lot of things that people didn't know.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, I said, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna say this, and I know people are gonna cuss me out. Hear me out first. Do you know why I changed my mind over Trump the last 2 days?
Oh no.
There's a saying. Listen. There's a saying. It's better the devil you know than the one you don't.
But that's why they say keep your enemies close and
keep your friends close
and your
enemies closer. I
you know what your enemies are gonna do.
I know where I stand with Trump. I have no idea where Biden. So when everyone's like cussing Ice Cube and all that stuff and saying, Ice Cube, why are you behind Biden? He goes, and why have you spoken to Trump's people? He said he put his thing, the political black agenda out there. One party contacted him and said, okay, how can we help you? The other party said, endorse me. Guess who said endorse him?
Democrats.
All they wanted was his, you know what Eminem's done to endorse him, like vote Biden. They wanted that, but they weren't willing to listen to what he had to say. While as Trump's people said, "Yo, we'll listen to what you got to say." So then Ice Cube got cussed out for it. Ice Cube's point was saying the black vote holds up to, I think, 11% or 15% of the country.
Which is nothing really.
No, but you know, it's a lot because of the swing states.
Yeah.
So where so where everyone is cut between, you want the Hispanics, which holds up to I think like a good 20% or 30%, and then you want the black vote. So they were saying, yo, you got to do more than just say don't vote for the Southerners or you know the old school, what you call it, South, aka the Republics. And that's why they lost last time. That's why Trump won. Because they were like, yo, Hillary, you got to do more for our vote. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, everyone, you know, they said that Trump was the white lash. I feel like this is kind of slightly the backlash, the black lash. Because, black people going, nah, we can't have Trump no more. But you have to give it to him on one thing. He's a bad guy, but everything he said he was going to do, he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much in comparison to everyone else we've had to deal with. I don't want him in power deep down, but I'm kind of like, yo, I'd rather the devil I know than the devil I don't.
If I could have my input in that.
Yeah, go on, Jack.
The reason why, yeah, like everything you've just said, even though I don't even disagree with what you're saying, the reason you could never have someone like Trump, or I guess if you're doing it in a lesser stance, someone like Boris here, yeah, the reason you could never have someone like that in power, even though I know they're bad and their intentions, someone in that big of a positional political power who can spread hate, and there's ways they spread hate. Like he knows he's got white supremacists on his side. He knows he's got their vote, and he does little things, little messages. Especially when the Black Lives Matter protests were going on, he said, "Go out there with your guns and protect your soil." Now, that is just dangerous on so many levels, yeah. Because Biden might be a bit sly, and he might F you in this way and that way. But you see with Trump, yeah, especially because of the protests and the way the pandemic's been held, he's not just a bad guy. He is actually like borderline dictator, in my opinion, because this man is truly evil and he's almost ordering people. He put Antifa as a terrorist organization, but not the KKK. And every time he was asked about that, it was deflected. He's openly supported like far right white supremacist groups. Like it's too big of a thing to push aside, considering all the good he's done economically.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I genuinely think it is the lesser of two evils, and I think like as much as you were saying there, like Obama Trump was the white lash, and this is the black lash in America. I think it's more the president in America anyway is more of a symbol, like, and I think the fact that he was the most powerful man in the world, and it was Trump. You know, I think it was just. I don't think the world's been right since he was elected, and I think it's just like, yeah, I think it's more just you had to get him out. You just had to get him out for the sake of just and unfortunately, Biden was the lesser of two evils. Well, he hasn't even got in yet. It looks like he's obviously going to get in, but I just think it's the lesser of two evils. It's more about getting Trump out, because you can't have a guy like that and like you say, like what Jack was saying, like what he stands for. You can't have a guy like that in that sort of a position. It's just it's wrong for the world. It's like what sort of message does that give out to the rest of the world that he's in the position he's in and what he stands for? And he's a crook. Like he's got away. He's got doing business deals and dodgy trade deals and stuff. Like he's a crook.
And 40+ rape allegations against him.
It's just
again, 100%.
I saw something about Biden.
I was going to say that as well. Biden.
He's a pedo as well.
This is what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's a whole big mess. You know what my thing is? I'll explain what my thing is. My thing is, Trump is wrong, by the way. But anyone who's watching this, I'm not endorsing Trump. I don't endorse Trump. I'm not just saying because I'm a fan of Ice Cube and that, like, I'm following them. But it's like, for me, I know what you said about, like, all of a sudden, things haven't been right. Has anything ever been right?
Yeah.
Did Trump just finally expose what was everything wrong with the world? Did Trump finally expose what was already there, and he just made it apparent? He made it apparent that China have racist views. He made it apparent. Anyway, sorry guys, carry on. I've got to answer this phone call quickly.
Wow, that's unprofessional, man.
I saw you.
Come on, he landed.
That's unprofessional. Look at him on the camera as well.
Landed. He never turned off the camera.
You know what? Everyone watching, it's a disrespect to us and you. Understand that. He hasn't got the time of day for you.
Midway through his explanation as well. He's literally explaining something. Just get 1 sec.
You know what I mean? It's probably an order for his burgers as well.
Everyone that's in the group chat, remember this day, please. On the what? The 5th of November 2020, he can no longer put a phone in the group chat. Dude, he's just smiling on the phone.
Happy Guy Fawkes Day, by the way, everyone. I completely understood what he was trying to do.
We understand them now, fam. We understand them now.
Everyone's now reverting back. Like, imagine if Guy Fawkes got away with it though. With the
Who wants to be the new Guy Fawkes, guys? Who's who wants to take one for the team? Who wants to take one for the
risky tool?
It's Pete now. But Omar, I don't think you are. You know you are the host and you're still on the phone. Just saying, time's ticking and you're smiling as well. So that means it's a good conversation. It's not even a bad conversation, guys.
And it's not even like he's trying to get off the phone quickly to get back to this.
Right.
He's talking even more.
Yeah.
He's
conversation.
Poor.
He couldn't handle it in the other ear.
He's mocking it, bro. He's mocking it, bro.
How's that possible to lock yourself at your own show?
Professional.
Very unprofessional.
That is very
And
poor.
we all know Chris Rainey wouldn't have done that.
Oh,
Chris wouldn't have done that. If Chris was, he would have done that. I like Kamani.
No way.
No.
You wouldn't have
Money's Chris's biggest fan, bro.
No, he's still not on the back on, you know.
I don't even. What even were the other topics of today? This guy didn't even say.
I'm gonna say, Jack, I've watched previous shows. I'm waiting for you to step in here, bro.
See, that's
You're usually like the next host in line.
I don't know what he was gonna do.
What did he put in the group?
That's what I'm trying to find out. I think he's crashing.
Come on, guys. Jack, we're supposed to be like second.
Hey, don't worry, I'm coming. Okay, I don't know if there was obviously I've got up the group chat and that now.
2020 cancelled.
Yeah, I was just gonna. There was another thing, but you know what?
Let's
Very sad. So people, let's move on hastily, shall we? Little technical difficulties. Hi, I'm your host, Jack Webster. I'm joined today by the man them. Hi everyone. Okay, so topic of today, boys, is 2020 cancelled for us?
It was cancelled.
Yes, it is, and I want to know why.
From flipping April.
Yeah,
April?
March.
Yeah, it was March. No, it was March.
Yeah, December the 31st.
No, because I'm talking about. I'm saying April, yeah, because April is when we actually deep, yeah. Like in March, Mali still thought that carnival was gonna happen.
No, hold on. I was listening. I'm just saying.
I would have been with you. I was hoping carnival was happening.
On Carnival weekend, they said because I know one of the what do you call it?
Carnival week, they said they were still going ahead.
It could have gone ahead, fam.
Yeah.
It actually could have gone ahead.
It was very last minute. It got locked off, you know. Very last minute.
Very last minute.
I was with you.
For the last, yeah, I would have risked it all. You know. No, but yeah, no. 2020 been. I think we should have clocked by everything that happened at the beginning of the year before lockdown. Like, it was just going bad.
I mean, I think 2022 is cancelled. Like, this is a big worldwide like part of history. Like, come on, he's gonna be doing this in the GCSE exams. Oh, sorry, 2000 and something else, isn't it? But like,
you don't do that no more, yeah? None of that.
Oh,
Why is he back?
Leave. I actually promise you, leave, fam. Because I actually don't.
Bro, you're on me. You can't get back.
Say that.
Why are you still talking on me, bro?
All that equipment and you're still muted. What are you saying?
Guys, that could ask us a question. Can you please come?
Okay, cool. Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Okay, cool. Listen. Number one, I overheard you all say he doesn't put the thing out. I done put that thing and told you the topic. I done put it out and said, yo, this is the topic.
My guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll my eyes.
All right. Yeah,
I'm being so honest. I'd rather Jack finish it off. I lie.
Go on,
wow.
Jack. Go on, sir.
I mean, I kind of delivered the question, but if we're going through with it now anymore, yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I think 2022 is cancelled. Like, this is a mad, like, just part of history that we're gonna have to like live with. COVID ain't going anywhere. It's gonna become a part of society. It already has in it. We're just gonna have to either one, become immune somehow. I don't think that's happening. This thing's a bad boy, and or just do the vaccine route. And as for us, like in the dance industry, we're fucked.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's mad because
Wow.
I always
That is
see,
that was sorry. Can I say that was the
That was a very
bluntest-
pessimistic outlook.
Everyone's come with this positive vibes. I've heard me and Mally have come with conversations like how we're feeling scared that we're gonna get through it. Everyone's coming. You just said, yeah, we're fucked.
We are, like, I don't know how to tell you. It'll get better, don't get me wrong.
But
It'll get better.
You know what? Yeah, what I've really realized, that deep in it, as much as America's been terrible with this COVID thing, fam, them man are not in a situation like us.
Yeah,
No one else on this planet is in a current situation like the UK. And it's absolutely crazy how much they're prioritizing this silly lockdown. Yeah, we're gonna lock down, but we're gonna have schools open. Okay, as if kids are what, they can't catch coronavirus, as if they can't spread it with each other and to teachers, and then they're gonna go home and give it to their parents. Meanwhile, their parents haven't stepped out their yard, but somehow they've contracted coronavirus. It can't happen. Clearly not. Clearly not. Boris has just been like, yeah, guys, coronavirus are like, there's a force between the school and the outside, and it's just, it's not getting in as if it's Harry Potter or something. But like, it just makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense. Like I was saying to Omar, and I said to everyone else, we should have been left in lockdown. We would have been mad, but you know what? Yeah. The way it was rolling in the beginning, then they started
easing it off slowly.
Yeah, we was fine. Yeah. Like, we were so fine. We're tired of it now, but we can still live our lives slightly. Let's manage it for a minute. Like, we was like, yeah, we can do this. Like, we can run with this. I was just like, yeah, cool. This is gonna be till December, so cool. Let me just carry on my thing. But no, you want to do it. Eat out, help out, eat out, whatever it's called, and then you want to blame everyone else because they wasn't sticking to the guidelines. Meanwhile, you open all restaurants by doing 50% off, saying that you're helping the economy. Blood, we're locking down again. So what has that helped?
Nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, and the second lockdown is gonna make it even worse, bro. The second lockdown is gonna be even worse. They don't even understand things. But I don't know, man.
People are too frustrated to even follow guidelines nowadays.
Do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be a month?
No.
I was just about to say that. They're saying a month, but this could easily carry over. This is why I agree with Jack about 2022, because there's no actual end sight. It's just, we're going to do a month quarantine. Then what? All right, guys, just so you know, it's eased off a little bit. So we're going to try this tactic for 3 weeks. You can 100%. Now go and whatever. But again, down to what we're all saying, I fully agree with Jack. Everything's going to change. Nightclubs are not going to be the same for a hot minute. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to be the same for a hot minute. Restaurants are never getting. I've been to a couple of restaurants, and there is just a weird aura. There's a weird stigma of how I walk past someone, or how I sit down, or when the mask is on or off, or can you scan this? I don't want to scan nothing. I want to eat my food and go home. I'm coming out real quick because now coming out is the thing, and it shouldn't be. Now it's special, like I'm a child getting treated, going out. It's just that I'm having to consider things, or even just consider things that are just long. I haven't had to consider them before, so I haven't got to do it now. It's all just silly. The mask is the most thing in the world. Can't stand it.
Bro, and this is crazy because, as you said, it's just things that you do, and it's just nature to you. Now you're having twice. Like, obviously, out Boy Blue, like, we've had to put in, like, we had to strict guidelines. Like, everyone has their own square. Like, you can't walk in. Like, we have a one-way system and everything. And, like, believe it or not, this is what I've done. I sat down on the table, which is, everyone has a designated seat, so you have to sit down there between any breaks of rehearsals. But I sat down on the table, and I was just talking. Then Nadine was like, Ali, jump the table. I was like these small little things that are big to other people, but like minor to me. Like it's just normal things that you would do. Like you don't even think of it. But now you actually have to be like, okay, guys, stop. Let's think. What do we have to do? Then we have to act upon it. And to me, like it's they're literally. It's just a thing of literally controlling us now.
It's a new world order.
Yeah, exactly, fam.
A new world order, and that can go deep. Like that one comment deep into conspiracies and many things that could be proven on X amount of sites, X amount of this and that. Why it is? It's a new world order. It's a new system. It's a new way of control. It's a new way of living that people have, especially us lot in here with our mix of ages, coming from 90s into 2000, being very free kind of errors, if that makes sense. Times where, like, if you look back at videos in 90s into 2000s, if someone in quarantine was to look back in the videos, they'd be like, "Raw, you was that close. What, you touched that much? What, you would just talk that close and shout?" Imagine a dance event, someone in quarantine. Imagine a dance event. They'd be like, "Oh my God, that's Corona season." Do you know what I mean? Imagine Dancing Delight. Imagine Dancing Delight.
Yeah.
Like, people would walk in and go, "Hell no." Guaranteed. Which right now, like, look at. Imagine Jan says, "Oh, one system. You have to walk in this way, go toilet that way." Long man.
You're gonna need the barriers. You're gonna need the barriers inside, like walk around. Like, everyone has to be in a box.
Across the stage. It'll just be a big see-through.
You're talking about barriers. That size of the stage, you can only fit like 4 dancers now. Everyone do it.
War ain't no more.
War ain't doing it no more. War
needs to do a section. Each one of them needs to do each section of the piece. long.
Bare solos. I thought I'd share with you. Okay, so this is my theory. I know everyone says that eat out, help out was the bad thing, and I do get that. But I always felt, and this is maybe controversial as I'm a school teacher, I felt that this actually spiked up more so when all the kids went back to school.
It was both, man.
Look at that, bro.
It was both.
But look at that.
No, but bro, I honestly believe that it was both.
I think it's a combination of everything, like the frustration, the schools, the eat out to help out, unis being open again. It's literally all of it. And it's like, when you're not taking this as seriously as you are, you're introducing this stupid ass tier system where like, oh, COVID doesn't enter this borough, it's okay. Then obviously it's going to spike up again. People don't care anymore. And especially when you're restricting things that I think are like crazy important, like gym as well, people have just lost their rag. Like I'm seeing man protests in Central, and at the start of lockdown, I was like, "Oh, you lot are just weird, man. You and your conspiracies." And now I look at them, I'm like, "Yeah, do your thing."
Jack, you hit the nail on the head. Me and my missus, we had a conversation about it, and she was telling me this is ridiculous. She was telling me how ridiculous it is that people are doing all this madness, innit? Like they're sitting there and they're like going to the big parties. But exactly what you said, bro, is what came into my head. I literally got to a point where I went, you know what, everyone, just do your thing. Do what you got to do to survive. Because I can't judge you no more. I can't judge you no more. Like,
I don't think for me personally, I don't think I ever will be. I don't think any of us can. I think it's almost conditioned at this point that like you're always going to be wary in it.
Yeah.
But like, I couldn't see myself going to like a big party. You know what, at this point in time, why am I lying? Yes, I am going to a party, but I wouldn't be doing that every night is my point. I wouldn't be out there like trying to get COVID in it. You know, wear the mask, stay safe, wash your hands, just be very cautious in it. But this constant in and out of lockdown stuff, it's gonna backfire so much harder because it's just gonna get to the point where people aren't even like just pissed off. They want to revolt, and that's what we're looking at. I seen a tank. You know that grenade, that brand grenade, the gym lot. They put a tank through Westminster saying keep the gyms open.
Bro,
people are mad.
Fam, this is what I'm saying. Like, but in all honesty, I don't know. Like, obviously, people are gonna argue with me and whatnot. Yes, COVID's very real. But I've literally gotten to a point now. It's like, guys, China, Wuhan, them man there got out of that thing quick. So quick. Them lot are scot-free. Everyone else, they are free as a bird. Yeah? Why are we still here? I think I'm just like, okay, guys, let's be real. Yes. the coronavirus always mutates, but do you know the death rate to coronavirus? Like the percentage is so small. It's nothing compared to like Omar, what we've been talking about, like the flu, like the cold, natural deaths. Someone was like
suicide.
I forgot what show it was on, but he was just like the deaths between young people, I think under the age of 30 who's died to coronavirus, more people drown in a year. But like, how does that make sense? And then we're here worrying about corona, like COVID. Like, I'm just like, I'm at a point now, and I said this in the beginning. If I get it, I get it. I'm very sorry. Not everyone can think like that. But if I get it, I get it. You should be looking after yourselves enough.
Sorry, go on.
Boosting up your immune system enough in order for you not to get it. Take care of yourself. That's what really matters in order for you to get it or not. But yeah,
I mean, it's yeah, I completely agree with you in that sense. But it's more for the protection of others, isn't it? Like, I know I'm healthy and I'm fit. But if I did a madness and I came home and I don't know, say like my mum, for example, like she hasn't got the immune system I do. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I agree with that. But I think it's just a case of like, guys, if we're like this, like nearly a year on, I think we just need to come to the terms of this is just going to be another flu. This is just going to be another cold. Like, can we not think like that? Or else we're literally just going to be going around in circles for the rest of our lives.
I you know it is. I think it's hard with the COVID thing. I mean, I did some stats looking at, and when I was looking at the stats with COVID-19, it is a dangerous killer. I don't know whether it's real. I'm not going to go into the conspiracy sides of it. I'll let you talk about that if you'd want to. But it definitely is killing. I looked at a chart a few days ago. I'm going to try and get that chart up. And I saw back in when it began, it was killing more people than our average diseases. It's averaged out, and then the flu overtook it. But there was a point it was killing more people than your average flu or virus originally. I think the problem is right now is they're looking at it as they don't know how to control it, which kind of goes back to full circle of what Jack said before, where I agree. I think 2021 is also written off because for the first 6 months, I watched, me and Kobe was watching, I don't know if Kobe listened on it, but the guy was saying within the first 6 months, after that was when they think they can get the vaccine actually out properly. So that's not till June, July. So there's all these promises they're saying to us, but I think if we're being real with ourselves, I think that means, and I think I mathematically showed it to people and said to them, if you see how many people there are in the world, to get to each person before they can, it will take up to 10 years to get each person vaccinated, if not more. So
that's crazy.
Literally, what Chris, what you said before, this is gonna be our lives. You got to remember, the Spanish flu went on for 3 years, and it took a workout of a good 10 years to get everything back to normal, including 13 years. And we're expecting after, let's deep it. If we're honest with ourselves, take away the months, we all know our conspiracies of we believe this was happening before in 2019, December. But realistically, let's go from the actual date when it was finally confirmed, which was in February by China. They finally confirmed it in February. We're going to give them the benefit of the doubt, round it up to January. We're only 11 months in. We're not even at a year point. So I think what we need to do is learn how to adapt. I think the government needs to be understanding to the dance world a little bit more. I'm not saying bring back the competitions. Like, and this is me coming from a guy who knows that it's part of my bread and butter. And I'm sure like Zach, Chris, and Kobe, I know so far, who do judging and stuff, it's part of our bread and butter. But in my personal opinion, just give the dance back. Give us something where the happiness. When I saw Ice's class on Tuesday, when I saw Zach, I saw your class yesterday on Tuesday, sorry, and I was watching seeing the happiness. When I saw yesterday, like I was in a really bad place. Part of it is because I paid like a hefty amount on my bills yesterday. And you know when the bills money come out, you get so emotional. Yeah, and then I was already in a bad mood as in the general. And then I think I flopped at the end of the class. And then I sat down, I looked, and I see how happy everyone. And I was deep, and I was so depressed in my heart because I saw how much dance really made a difference to these guys. Just give us that back. I think they need to understand.
Do you know why that's annoying as well? And I totally agree, because we want that back, and it's hard because we can see things like kids going to school in crowds. You got to leave the pubs at 10 o'clock, but everyone can sit on the streets like it's a big crowd. Like we're seeing places where you're still allowing big crowds, even gyms. Gyms at a point, I was going to my gym before lockdown. And with my gym, you can see how many people are in a gym at a certain time in it. So I was purposely going when the gym was low numbers. But at peak times, my gym was saying there was 150 people in there. All right, cool. Comps are a bit more. But still, seeing that is bugging me that I haven't got the outlet of a comp or a show or something in my industry that I really enjoy. So that's the killer of it, I think, for us dancers, is having to witness it. Certain things still go ahead, and we haven't got our release, our culture, our what we love in it.
And
because there were so many things that was already like this year was looking good. Beginning of the year, this year was a good year. There was so many shows, so many comps, so many events that I had a couple of overseas gigs. Like this year was going to be a great year. Not even just like I thought it was going to be epic, like I'm going to make it. Not even that. Just you're looking forward to stuff that's there, and an instant, gone, just gone. And to have to try and talk about all these things that we spoke about tonight, sitting in quarantine, coming out of it too early, the eat out to help outs and whatnot, it makes it so much harder for us. One, to be not understood by our government as dancers and what we love to do, not being understood at all, telling us to change career and look at other ish. That's mad. I get it because I am a bit of a believer. My mum raised me to have a bit of a plan B and plan C. Do you know what I mean? So I get it, but not in the way that they've worded it and put it to us like, say, it's a hobby. It's not real. It's not. Does that make sense? Like they diminish our graft. And that's like, nah. I'll put blood, sweat, tears. How many x-rays? How many concussions? Like, I've seen Jack get a concussion a couple of times. Jesus, like honestly, it kills you a little bit. It does kill you. Personally, anyway, I looked at my CV at one point this year and I was just like, great. Personally, no disrespect to anyone, I thought good. It looks good. Reading it looks good. But right about now, you're telling me it's worth Jack. You're telling me it's just worth nada and I can't do nothing with it. Which is just like, what? There's 15 years of life there.
Yeah, man.
How are you going to tell me I can't do nothing with it and I can't even go to a comp, but yet everyone can go here, there, and everywhere, but he says we can't go out and whatever. You're frustrating the mindset.
On the plus side, I did see today Base 68 Hub Studios. They said that they're still open for rehearsal space. I don't know to what degree you can do.
Yeah.
All right. So we had a meeting. We had a meeting today about this, and we on educating everyone. So, do you want me to go in on it? Do you want me to go in on this whole thing so everyone understands it? Because a lot of people are going to make mistakes. They're going to make the mistake of trying to go back, and they're not going to understand it thoroughly. You also need to make sure you read the law and read the little regulations, the small print, the bit where everyone gets all like. My best friend Catherine, she was telling me about today, and there was a situation in which where someone came with the common law and the police slapped the statutory law on her, which is higher than a she was done. She got patterned.
Yeah, that was
and she showed me and then when she showed me, the best bit about it was the bit where you see the confidence in her. Yeah, you see her and you see the guy react. The police first one, he's like, okay, cool. Yeah, thank you for that. Cool. Okay. He comes back with a bag of man. Everyone. And even the police guy was like, okay, we'll arrest you. And then what he did smartly, he went, okay, cool, you're being arrested. But he wasn't going to touch her.
Nah,
he let the lady, and then the lady came and did it. It's like, you're under arrest for, and I was like, I watched it and I was like, yeah, they've patterned this.
It was like 20 or 30 feds.
Yeah. And it all, the best bit was, other than them two or them three, everyone else was 2 meters apart. You see, they were all over the car park. They were all over the car park, 2 meters apart, looking at each other. And I love the bit where he went, yeah, you're getting £1,000, and everyone inside there, they're getting £100.
Yeah.
2 bills, they're 200, something like that. Everyone inside is getting 200, and you're getting 1,000. But I'll read it to you now, and then I'll explain it to people. Let me share the screen, and then you can understand a little bit more. So then everyone gets it. Hopefully people who are watching on YouTube or Facebook can understand where their powers are and don't make the mistake. And by the way, I am not the law. I am not the person who delivered this. So what I'm reading to you right now is perspective of what I believe I understood. I haven't checked it with a lawyer. This is my disclaimer for anyone who goes, but Omar said it was cool. No, I didn't say that. Okay, cool. So I'll start off by
if you could zoom in a bit for us, that'd be nice.
Okay.
I test.
I'm sorry, unnecessary. We appreciate everything you're doing.
Is it gone in?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, a bit more.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Cool. Okay, cool. So let's read the first bit. So on the first bit, it goes, so business and venues must close. So these are venues that must close. So non-essential retail, such as clothing and homeware stores, vehicles, showrooms, other than rental, but betting shops, tailor, tobacco and vape shops, electronic goods and mobile phone shops, market stores, all that stuff. Everyone knows that one. Hospitality venues such as cafe, restaurants, pubs, bars, social clubs, with the exceptions of providing food and drink and takeaway before 10 p.m. and not including alcohol. So click and collect, drive-through and delivery. Accommodations such as hotels, hostels, guest houses, and campsites, except for specific circumstances such as where there are acts as someone's main residence where they cannot return home for homeless people, or where it's essential to stay there for work purposes. Leisure places such as sports facilities, leisure centres and gyms, swimming pools, tennis and basketball courts, golf courses, fitness and dance studios. So fitness and dance studios, climbing walls, archery, driving and shooting ranges. Entertainment venues such as theatres, concert halls, cinemas, museums and galleries, casinos, amusement arcades, bingo halls, bowling alleys, skating rinks, go-karting venues, soft play centres and areas, circuses, fun fairs, zoos and other animal attractions, water parks, theme parks, indoor attractions and botanical gardens, heritage homes and landmarks must also close. Through outdoor grounds of these premises can stay open. So I guess like Trafalgar Square, you can still go there if you wanted to on your exercise walks. And that was no pun intended towards Anyway, community centers and halls must close except for limited numbers of exempt activities as set out below. Libraries can also remain open to provide access to IT and digital services. For example, for people who do not have it at home and for click and collect. Places of worship, apart from the purposes of independent prayer and services broadcasting and funerals. These businesses and places will also be permitted to open for small number of exempt activities. So this is so for everyone now reading. So I think everyone's understood what you can't have open, right? And what can't be done. This is what's allowed to be open. And then we'll go into deep to make people understand. So education and training. These businesses are places we are also permitted to open for all small numbers of exempt activities, including education and training, including for schools to use sports and leisure facilities where that is part of the normal provision, childcare purposes and supervised activities for children. So anyone, okay, this is really fine center. Please, people understand that yes, you can now reopen your dance studios technically, because if the parents are leaving their children there for up to a certain amount of hours and they need to be supervised and they're having supervised activities like dance, in hindsight, you can. But remember, there's a fine line. You also need to be registered under Ofsted to be seen as a place of childcare. So anyone who goes, this is just to help people out who goes, oh, so that means dance studios can be opened. be careful on that. It's a fine line on that one. Yeah, you've got to be registered under Ofsted to have childcare, to be able to provide childcare to people. And those parents actually need to be dropping their kids off because to be doing things, you know what I mean? Let's keep it moving. Blood donations and food banks to provide medical treatment. Okay, so this is the bit that everyone saw, and everyone is having an orgasm and posting it everywhere. And let me just reiterate, there's a big meaning on this. So for elite sports persons, indoor and outdoor sports facilities, so obviously they're covering football. That's clearly why the football's still going on. Professional dancers and choreographers in fitness and dance studios for training and rehearsal without an audience in theaters and concert halls for the purpose of professional film and TV filming. Okay, does everyone understand that? Yeah.
Yep.
So everyone's probably like, so can we do it? What makes us elite? What makes us not elite? Everyone's probably confused and thinking, can we open can we carry on and be normal and all that stuff? And to answer that question, you have to be professional, being the fact that you're over a certain age. We found out today that you have to be over the age of 15 plus and be either competing or earning a certain amount or earning money in general on a high, high octave level in your area of expertise. So I'm still confused about it. For example, I could turn around and say, okay, well, we're training towards HHI, which is a world stage. It's a competitive level.
Yeah.
But however, you're not staged. It's the same thing with tennis. Tennis, you can't be pushed as professional until you're 15 plus. Same thing with a lot of sports. So I couldn't all of a sudden let my 12-year-olds start dancing. Do you know what I mean? So it's a confusing one. But that's just to make everyone understand where everyone thinks, oh, so the studios are going to go back open. Not necessarily. Let's move on to the next thing. So this is the legals. For anyone who didn't read, this is the bit no one read. So everyone's posting all this stuff, but no one wants to read this. This is where they get you. This is where you're that lady and you chuck your thing and you say, ha, ha, ha. And they go, well, ha, ha, ha. Do you know what I mean? You've got to be careful, everyone. And this is where the big thing. So I could be here forever and read all of this. It's quite a lot. And we're still trying to learn about it. But the main thing for us will be this bit, right? Everyone, yeah? So that's the main bit. So we'll go to that bit right now. Yeah? So that's in part 1, number 3. So
5, 2, 4.
6.
Chris.
Anyway, so these are the important things. So I don't want to go too deep in it, but I'm just going to go try and read the first bit. This is actual law. So this is where we have to be careful on what we all think we can do and what we can't do. Yeah, we have to, yeah, so is that better?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, this is where we've got to be a little bit careful. This is actually what their law firms or their lawyers will use against someone like ourselves if we argued. And this is where it's a fine line of are we these people? For example, in this regulations, elite sportsman means an individual who derives a living from competing in a sport. So this is where it's I'll give you a great example. Could we all technically train in it? Yes, because we make a living from it, right? But some people don't. This is where dance places have to be careful. Dance schools. Some of these kids don't make a living from it. They pay.
So that doesn't count.
So it wouldn't count, would it, in technicality? But however, if those kids are competing and deriving a living in another way, whether it's based on their face or whatever, or smaller dance groups and stuff, you could find a way around it. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm just saying
15, right?
Or this is the next thing. Or you go, so yeah, bro, you're already reading it, already in it. You're looking at it, you're like, I'm reading this already. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So is a senior representative nominated by a relevant. And Chris knows what I'm talking about because we had something today where we were talking about governing bodies, right? A relevant sporting body. Now, to Kamani and all of that, and Jack, what have we been complaining about in the beginning of this podcast? To make street relevant, we need a governing body.
Mm.
And they've made it very clear. It can't just be we just say we have this. It has to be a relevant sporting body. Okay, cool.
Which is
then moving on, is a member of a senior training squad for a relevant sporting body. That's like Arsenal Football Club or LA Galaxy or something like that. Or is age 15 or above and is on an elite development pathway.
What does that even mean, bro? How can you even...
Just regarding everything prior to that, then. Like.
Yeah. So basically,
I was literally about to say, what's an elite development pathway then?
So, for example, you're training, so you're not getting paid, so you're not above. So this is to cover the people like like semi-pro kids who play football, or semi-pro gymnasts, or semi-pro something. You're getting into it, but you're above, but you need to train to continue. And if you stop, this could damper your training.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
For the purpose of paragraph 1, which is the one above, the elite development pathway means a development pathway established by the national governing body of sports to prepare sports persons. So everyone who's saying we can stay open, have you read this?
I was gonna say that. That's what I was saying.
These are the legal documents. So all the dance companies are saying, yeah, we can open. And if you need anything professional, come and use our space. It's like, wait, hold up, be careful. Because if the police come knocking on your door and you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're saying, you're screwed.
Mm.
Let's keep it moving. So then you've got elite development pathway means that so that they may derive a living from competing in a sport, or to compete in a sport at the Tokyo or Beijing Olympics or Paralympic Games, or if the sport is not a part of the Tokyo Olympic Games program in the Commonwealth Games to be held in Birmingham. Relevant sporting body means the national governing body of a sport which may nominate sportsmen to represent Great Britain, Northern Ireland at the Tokyo, Beijing Olympics and stuff like that. So I feel like they're basically trying to make sure their main people where they make the millions from are covered.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that these are all the people that they can tax big bucks off. So, like,
big bucks.
It's there. That's what you get me. They're getting their bro.
They're dollars.
Families, yeah. It's just to benefit them. The dance scene don't really benefit them like that in comparison to these like footballers, these athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
What
I'll do.
I'll
I'll send this all to you so you can have all this and you can take time to read it, because it was baffling me that no one else in the dance scene was doing this. They're just jumping on a bandwagon, but no one was going, let's read let's read the legals instead of just chatting based on Instagram posts and going, I know I can, based on an Instagram post. Sorry, Zach, gone.
I was going to say, so what's the conclusion then for like the people in this chat in terms of like, how would we read that? What do you guys think? Like, if you've got a company, or if you're a professional dancer yourself, performer, or you a judge, or if you've got a dance school, what do you think the conclusion of that was?
Anyone, or is it just me, or should I? Anyone?
What I take from it is it's just there isn't enough clarity, I think, deliberately, obviously.
Okay.
So it does make it really, really difficult, because especially for us people we don't have a governing body like that, and we just haven't had one. So you can't really that one can already be used against you to stop you out. And as for the elite pathway, if we don't have a governing body, how could we technically be classed as on an elite pathway? It's not like we have a set code or structure to success, especially in dance. So I don't know. I think what I took from that is that dancers Sorry, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was still locked down. So I wouldn't, if I had a studio, I wouldn't open it back up. Me personally.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
From that
you could find
document.
a scapegoat around it for like at least in a professional standpoint for people like filming and TV and that. Of course, they could still use it.
It's probably hard because if you had a dance school, you'd probably have to shut down because of your kids that are probably not making money. So they're not classed as professionals and they're not over their age. But if also in your dance school, part of your company was making money, or like in Omar's case, had kids that are going to HHI that probably were over 15, then what? Half your company can't go because of their age and the law, but then your other half can. Now, if you're going to run a dance studio and you need money to run it, you're still going to want to rehearse and whatnot to make the money to be able to run your studio to keep the business alive. So I agree with Jack. It's not transparent enough. You're left in a loop without knowing what way to even go. Do you know what I mean?
It's
And
funny.
even so,
Sorry, go on, bro. It's funny, Chris, that you mentioned HHI actually, because I was going to say like that is really. I'm just off the top of my head. That's probably like it is. It's the It's like the Olympics, isn't it, of hip hop? I know. And it's not really a governing body, HHI. But I know there's other organisations as well, like that. You know, they've got good structure. But with HHI, I know just from experience, you know, you've got your national bodies in each country, and you know it's really, really regulated. You know, the rules are very.
They've got the beginnings of a system that could help or could show that there could be a governing body that could work. Or the small way they do it, we're reassured that it's looked after. Everyone's doing the right way. Things are being organised properly. Do you know what I mean? So in the fact that there was a governing body for the entire industry, we would probably them statements would help us more.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing, I don't know if how many of you guys know, like for me, who obviously has got crews, HHI is the only thing that I know personally is something that's on again. Like I know we can be working towards that because we've been told that we can do it online in February. So for me, that was a bit of a lifeline. I was like, okay, well, you know,
got something to work.
We've got something to train for, and it's something that, you know, is credible. We can sort of rely on it like that. It's just a bit of a lifeline that they're doing that. But I mean, what power do they have over these, like the legal documentation that we're looking at now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I think what we have to understand is it goes back to one of our old podcasts where I said for our scene to be the problem with our scene, we don't want to be policed. We don't want no one to say that this is Fresno, that this is that. We don't want that all being policed because that's what makes it raw. But at the same time, because it's not policed and there's things not being put in place, we then come in a situation where do we fall under? We have this constant and consistent disagreements where we say we're a sport, but then some people go, no, we're not a sport, we're an art. But so, no, we're not an art, we're a sport. I've always said we're both.
100%.
I've always said we're both.
We're both.
But I've always said we're both.
And we are.
But you got people out there that, especially within our dance scene, who refuse to be one or the other and will refuse to accept that they both go hand in hand. Now,
they do.
The last thing I kind of kick on this, obviously we'll carry on, is the fact that we need a governing body more than ever, because obviously things like rates and protection, and if anything lockdown showed us, it's exposed so much of how weak the dance scene is. Now, before anyone gets onto me out there who watches this and goes, oh no, dancing's strong. It showed how weak we were as a body. You know what I mean? The film industry was able to still come back and still continue. The football industry, which is part of our arts, these are two places that are part of our worlds, the arts. The theatres have been able to secretly open and do their own rehearsals to create a way of moving because they have a governing body. Singers have been able to go back and do things behind the scenes, but the dancers, the only one, and the reason why, we haven't got something that structures us because we don't want to be structured. And because of that problem, and because we don't want to be categorized, we want to be free, we have now been exposed for how weak we are when it comes on political and legal situations.
But then that ties back in with the gyms as well, though, Omar, because like in the same way that people are arguing that the gyms is good for your mental health and the need to still be open. Like for me, dance and the expression of dance is something we all love, but it's very like we can't. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is sort of like it's that mental health is never going to be considered as high as physical health. It's it's a silent killer. It's never going to be considered because like it's in there. Do you know what I mean? It's not. Yeah. It's not. You're not on your deathbed in the hospital with a virus. Do you know what I mean? It's in there, and it's all very personal and very. I don't know if I want to say spiritual, but it's all very. It's
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I can agree. Yeah.
So, I think maybe it's the same with gyms. Like it's so blatantly obvious to the people who've been into gyms and done this why they need to be open. But it's like arguing with someone that I can hear it. It's in there, and they're going, I can't hear. What can you hear? It's like
it's frustrating.
Yeah, 100%.
That's one place where we're not understood.
Yeah,
and they just think it's a hobby because they're not. Yeah. They don't understand that.
It's like people say. I remember a little story. One of like a parents' team of like. I don't have a parents' team, but a school that I know I've got a parents' team that we're good friends with. And I always remember coming off, the parents' team came off stage, and it was the first time that the parents of the kids had ever put a team together. And I was like, I heard a few of the parents saying, this is why my kids dance. I can't believe it. Like I did it. Yeah. Like this is why the kids dance. Like I just worked out. And it's weird. Like I was like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Seeing an adult go through that experience. It's completely different. It's completely different to teaching a child and seeing their expression. When you see an adult realize what their child does day in, day out, or what their son, whatever does, especially for a job, they're mind blown.
Yeah,
they are an adult who has had experience in life and witnessed so many ups and downs. They are an adult. And for the first time, off of a 3-minute set, they go on the floor for only 3 minutes. That's not long enough. Think how much us man train to go on stage for 3 to 5 top 7 minutes. It's not a long time. To us, it's a long time. But to change an adult's perception on our lifestyle in 3 minutes, or a human's life, not even an adult, just a human life in 3 minutes, it's mind blowing. It is mad. I fully agree with
that. Like we're just as much of an athlete in comparison to any other.
100%.
Like
100%.
What we put our bodies through, the conditioning, it's just like, and it's just so frustrating because it's like it's like people act so oblivious to it. It just to me it don't make no sense. It's like, how can you even think like we're not of an athlete level within our dance? Like it's not just something that's like that. Like it's not just 5, 6, 7, 8. It's literally not that. No.
Yeah, but so bro, sorry, go on, finish.
No, go on.
I was gonna say, bro, like I would say this because I come from like a white working class part of the world. I would be a footballer if I wasn't a failed footballer. Do you know what I mean? Like I would be a footballer if I wasn't. I would be a footballer if I wasn't a failed footballer. And like, it's almost like, but then through dance, I've sort of worked stuff out, and I'm like, I wish I knew that when I was playing football. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like I can't explain it. I'm not saying now I could go pro football. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but holy crap! Like I wish I knew this when I was playing football. Like the level of dedication, the conditioning, the stuff you have to put your body through. Do you know? Have I made a point there? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. In terms of athletes and why they're looking like that. Like,
no, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
In terms of
athletes, I also feel like until go on.
Go on.
I was gonna say until we become legitimized and until us as a community and a team becomes legit, everyone else on the outside world is only going to see our scene as 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what I mean? We already know that it's not. You know what I mean? We do, like, for us, it's sports and art put together. But that's because we understand it and we put our bodies through it. You know what I mean? But just to any other random person, because they're not a part of it and they're looking at a system that's not legit, they're just gonna think, well, we don't need to help them. You know what I mean? They don't take it serious. That's the reason why.
So we need a governing body. We need a governing body.
Yeah.
Kobe wanted to put himself forward, by the way.
As what? Shook you?
You made him shy, Chris.
That was from the
Oh no! Here we go.
It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah,
He's gonna do a 10-minute intro on why his name is Kobe, and then he'll stop.
just say what you got to say instead of touching me.
Can't see move.
Coronavirus is about in man. You're not such too bro. I'm on a chair. You're trying to push
He's
me
got
off
the
the chair.
East London dick and dome, I swear.
Hey, brother, that looks like he owns a Turkish club shop. Can you calm down, please?
What did he say?
That's quite interesting. So, hi guys, my name is _, as you can see. Basically, I've decided that we should create a governing body. I think it should consist of. Oh, is that something tattable over there?
All right, so let's go serious on this because he said he's going to be a governing body. And
Very rude. Very rude.
I think we got to be. I think we got to be more serious. Maybe Malachi should talk more. Maybe Kobe. I think leave it to Malachi. Leave Malachi to do the talking. Right?
Now everyone understands why. This is why he just is in the background.
Oh, mate, I'm upset now.
Nah, he's not. We're seeing him again. Give him 3 seconds.
Kobe's just a dancer. Look. Kobe's just a dancer.
Hi everyone.
I'm the brain man.
Bro, he teleported.
Isn't it?
What's wrong with this guy? Man's running fast inside and that.
Who said that?
You know who said it, fam?
Is it Lamar?
Kobe.
Nice. D-Mac. D-Mac's the one on the
It
wall.
was me, bro. It was me.
He's gone for a swim with his AirPods.
I'm gonna thank
The
God.
water's still in there.
God will deal with me. So governing body, guys, what we need. I think is very. Oh,
Kobe, the hoodie don't even fit you, fam.
everyone's just getting onto. You know,
We're in a Leavers. We're in a Leavers hoodie, fam. Omar, how do you get in this run?
hey, you can't ban them. You can't give me the look of the whole thing. I'm playing against you. You can't kick. Sorry, D-Mac, I saved your life. He tried to kick you out of the whole thing. He's trying to ban you so you can come back on. He's gonna get banned.
Omar.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Can I just say one thing? I've just been thinking that, like, just in terms of, you know what, I think we are going to have to adapt, and I think we will obviously have to adapt. But I think the type of, like, the people in this chat and the rest of the dancers, what we love about it is the community aspect of it, and I think everyone's anxious of losing what we love so much, but I think we're just terrified of losing it as it was, because, like, but it's going to change, and we all will find that. We will find it again, even if it's not in the same form. It might not be comps, do you know what I mean? It might not be, but we will find that thing that just gives us, you know, that we love.
Joy.
Yeah, we will find it. I mean, some of us, unfortunately, might not be with each other. Do you know what I mean? If we're talking like 2 years down the line, and like the street dance scene is being sort of dealt a devastating blow, no comps, no whatever, but we will all find it in we're artists, you know what I mean? We will find it somewhere. Naturally we'll find our way, and we'll get that thing that we love and why we're dancers, do you know what I mean? It would be nice if it was the same as it was.
Yeah.
It's sad, man.
But good things come from change at the same time, so all positive.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask? I'll go on, Jack. Sorry.
My one was going to be quite long, and also
Go for it.
Okay, So I was just thinking about this whilst we were talking about it, and how, you know, the government, people who've never danced before, how we as dancers are always viewed as, like, you know, hobbyists. It's this, it's that, and all the stigmas, yeah, and stereotypes that are attached to it. Yeah, from when you're young, and, like, I don't know, your dad wants you to be a footballer instead of a dancer, and these things there. What do you think we can do now in our generation to people who don't understand dance that could change that whole stigma?
You know what? Because I don't know if you saw, but Omar's the latest IMDb video that he put out that he filmed about, like, mistakes and regrets. Like, this was one of the things, like, we was talking about, like, from an adult's parent's perspective of how they see success, if you want to call it that. And as sad as it sounds, a lot of parents see success through money. They see the big bucks. They see that as being the success route. They don't see the millions coming out of dance. It's not right in front of their eyes. They don't see the big cars, the expensive, all the flashy lifestyle. They don't see that in front of their eyes through dance. So it's like, surely if you go on this route, it won't be successful. And then you question it. You're like, okay, go down the academic way, the academic route. If everyone's going down the same academic route of, I don't know, college, university, graduating, getting a degree, whatever, then why ain't everyone successful? Why ain't everyone at that point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, for now, I feel like it's just, you just, I don't know, you gotta have to put it in front of them, innit?
That's what I mean, because that's what always changes someone's perspective. They either see one of these shows or they're a part of one of the shows, and that's what flips the whole narrative in their head. And it's like, how do you bring that change without having to, like, literally shove it down their throats to make them look, this ain't no hobby.
Especially with dance.
By the way, Jack, what you asked was exactly where I was going. That was what I was actually going to ask.
Yeah, don't beg
I was good. Okay, but what I was going to do, Kamani hit the nail on the head on that bit, but I was going to direct it towards the youngers because we're all
academic, yeah, academic.
That's why I laughed. I laughed
because I knew why Mally was laughing his head off.
I'm about to lace him.
Bro, I saw Manny even unmute his mic, bro. Manny even unmuted the mic.
I just see a big ass laugh, laughing this much on the camera.
What did you put in the group?
I wonder why you sort of look down on
Omar, I was going to say.
Everyone gone. Zach's on.
I was going to say, for me, I did actually feel like before coronavirus, dance was getting to a point though where it had it's particularly in the world really, street dance and dance had blown up and then it had died down, and then I felt like we were left with the people who loved it. Do you know what I mean? The real heads and the people who, you know, like I'd say sort of like late noughties, 2010, it blew up, didn't it? You know, the movies, the commercial success, then it kind of died down a bit. And I feel like before Corona, I really feel like this pandemic has been it's been hard to take for us dancers because I feel like we were getting somewhere in terms of traction. Things were moving for us. Yeah.
Momentum.
100%. And I feel like I had this conversation with Alex Mechanical, a good friend, and he was saying that it was he was commenting on it, and he was saying dance is changing. The perception of dance is changing. I was just saying that I will smoke you all in the bar. Okay.
Wait. Tell that to Brooke.
Every single person, yeah. Just put Omar, make it happen, please.
Kamani's doing a 7th smoke with all of us in the chat.
Sorry, Zach. Please carry on. I'm so sorry.
7 to smoke. Oh my days.
He's doing a 7th to smoke with all of us in the chat, bro.
Guys,
I don't care.
Come on, Zach. Continue, please.
The chat.
Thank you, bro. I was just gonna say, like, we were getting to a point. I remember, like, I feel like dancers were being respected as artists a lot more. You know, even singers. You know, singers can put music out and make millions, and because you could get to know that person as a character more than a dancer who's just dancing. But I feel like it was changing, and I think that was like we were getting more access to things that people, you could do anything yourself. You could post a YouTube video. I mean, like, you know, Omar, some of the stuff you've been posting, the quality and the levels of it is like ridiculous. Like, you don't need people in the industry doing it now. You could do it. And like, we were getting to the point where, like, because there's so much social media now, YouTube, we were getting to the point where, like, we were making a name for ourselves, and then this virus has hit. Like, I remember hearing that story about, you know, Paris Go-Bell. I don't know if it's rumor, but she put the video out for Justin Bieber, was it? Which one was it? The recent one, Yummy. She put the Yummy video out. I could be wrong, don't quote me on this, but he asked her to take it down because she put it on and it got that many hits and that many views. He said, "Can you take it down?" That's what I heard. But even that alone just shows the power that a choreographer can have, like, because it was getting so many views. Can you can you take that down?
Oh yeah, the traffic wasn't going his way; it was all on her side, didn't it? So it looked better for her rather than
exactly like that. That I thought that was like, because I mean, how many dancers do you see posting videos on YouTube and stuff? Like, that's what we've been used to, but we're now getting to the point where that's almost rivaling like the actual singers and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
You know why? And you know what is? You're so right. Like, literally, everything started changing. Kobe was showing me that, like, Justin Bieber was now hiring people from the scene in America, by the way, not even UK. And then you're hearing in UK, like, people are now turning to the dancers for ish, and then as well as that, because I think there's a level of, we started showing we don't need you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we don't need you, and we was getting to a point where we don't need you, and we'll get to a point where we could put out good quality because of the power of things like iPhone 12s or One phones or Galaxy phones. Like, the phones could do the job. Companies were giving us gimbals that once upon a time you could only have if you had thousands of pounds of cash laying around. You had a videographer. Now we can all become videographers. Obviously, you need still a knowledge of skills that you need with that, but we could be our own content creators. And I feel like we finally started turning things a little bit around, especially with a new decade, because it's exactly what you said. I think after 2016, dance seemed to start to drop. Yeah. Around 2016, it started to go downhill. It started to be like, it wasn't as cool anymore. It was all about photos and selfies and stuff like that.
As well.
Yeah. And then about 2019, you could see the resurgence of dancers saying, we take control of our own thing. You know what? They're not going to let us through the door. They're not going to give us the keys. So let's create our own world. Let's create our own thing. Let's create our own thing on Instagram. Let's show this. Let's show what we're good at. Forget it. They're not going to allow us. Let's let the clout dancers do clout dancing, and let's do our own thing. And hit 2020, all of a sudden you notice that was the thing. Who could create the best material and put it out? It wasn't who could shake their butt as much. It was who could create the good content. And then bam, in our faces, we have COVID-19. And it's just
sorry.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, no, with that, like, just removing that stereotype of you're making it by being a backup dancer to your artist, to your musician. Because that stereotype was around for ages. Oh, you're gonna be what do you like doing? I like dancing. Oh, you're gonna dance behind this person, that person, this person, dance for this person. Like, no, like, bun that. I'm doing my own.
I feel like that stereotype is still around as well, you know, because when you look at it, I feel like amongst our generation, when you deep it, there's only a handful of us that are really like forward thinkers. Like, we don't want to dance behind the art. What we do, like, not like as the end goal, like not as the end result. Like, some people, they only see their end result. Yeah, as an experience, like, that's sick. Like, that's sick for the experience. But my end goal, I'm not gonna dance behind this artist and then retire. Like, that's not my end goal. Do you know what I mean? Like, what can you do? Like, how can you be like the Beyonce or the Chris Brown of art?
Thank you. But Dijon,
like that.
But bro, last year, that's what I mean. From like 2015 up to 2019, 18 slash. A lot of young people. Zach, you know what I'm talking about as a teacher. Chris, I know you know what I'm talking about as one more senior teachers. That was what you was noticing. Our young people cared about either where they were trying to go viral with a random video, or what dancer or what artist they could dance behind, or whatever money was. Do you know what I mean? And that's when I think we as teachers started realizing we were losing the power and attraction that we once had, where we could just say, come and learn dance. It was like we had to do in our routines. If we did a routine, like a back, hey, we had to throw that in there somewhere. Busta Rhymes said it. Busta Rhymes said this. He goes, "You sometimes the young people don't want the medicine, so you got to add a bit of hype with it." And he explained it like medicine. He said your parents would give you the medicine, but they'd give you a little bit of ginger something or a drink with it to make you like the medicine more. And that's how what he did. He would do all the conceptual things about the aftermath and what's going on in 2020 and the end of the world, but he would throw a track in it like, don't this make a wanna jump, and all that. He'd do that because he knew, in no offense to young people of our era, because when you talk about the young people, you talk about us lot back then. But we didn't want to hear that the world was gonna get diseases in 2020. We didn't want to hear about that. We wanted something we could bounce to, and then we'd accept, okay, but now you're gonna give us a bit of education. Do you know what I mean? And that's what was happening with dance now. We were getting to a point where we were teaching our routines and throwing do you know what I mean? Sorry, a Millie Rock or hit the Quan in there to get the dancers go, oh, you know what I mean? You know how hyped the kids would get when I taught a routine, and then I'll do this. And the kids, whatever class it was, they would go, ah! Or if I went, if you know what I mean? If I lift my leg up, I went, bah, they got hyped. So it was like, I don't know, it got to a point, but then end of 2019, that changed. And all of a sudden, kids wanting to know their styles, and they were cussing the kids who were going class for clout. And they were starting, I remember people going, well, you pay £10 to do a class, you can only do the choreo. Yeah, bun that.
Just to get a video to post on Instagram.
Just to get the 68. I'm gonna say it raw, just to get the 68 or bass sign in the background and say I went class.
Straight.
Man. I feel like
you know what is it? Like it's just this thing of people making it like valid, or not even valid, that if you haven't done X, Y, and Z, then you're not valid. That is kind of what it turned to, and it kind of still is now. Like, if you haven't danced with this person, or if you haven't done that, then you can't really talk. Or if you haven't done that, then you can't really talk. It's all about like experience in order for you to have a name. I mean, not a name, a voice. Then I really feel like this year, no, not even this year. I want to say this year is kind of like stamping that out. Like, you don't really need to have the experience, or not even experience. You don't need to have all of that accolades behind your name in order for you to actually put a point across, or speak some sense. Because let's be real, in all kind of like walks of life and professions, that's what it usually kind of is. Oh, if you haven't done this, then what makes you worthy enough to talk about this subject, or what makes you worthy enough in order to tell me about XYZ? And yeah, I think it's just like literally just changing it from, okay, yeah, like you dance for this person, but no, like, what's your quality of movement? If I put you in this position, or if I put you in this surrounding, if I put you in a room of certain people, or a certain director or lighting designer, what are you gonna do? Like, what material are you gonna produce? Like, these kind of things, if that kind of makes sense. I really feel like it's just a time of just stamping things out and just changing it, like really changing it. Because Omar, as you said, there's a lot of people, even in our scene, that we really think that, oh yeah, they're hard, but they're actually doing it for clout. A lot of people, nowadays it's so this is it. Nowadays, sugar looks like salt. That's what it is. Nowadays, sugar actually looks like salt, and it's just like, damn, what one is it? And then, as you said, Omar, this, like, I really feel like this year, 2019, and this year, everyone was just like, rah, like, you actually know nothing more than that, or you can't do anything else because you've only stuck to that. But you think that you're there because of this, because other people have been giving you that light. Now people haven't been giving you that light now. Where are you? Or what are you doing? But yeah.
100%.
Sorry, Jack. Chris, you got to go. So Chris has got to go, man.
Guys, it's been sick. It's been blessed.
Love, bro.
All love. You catch you in the next one. Enjoy everyone.
Brother.
I used to teach Chris, you know.
Catch you soon.
That's my student. That's my younger bit.
I was gonna say, finishing off.
Please, I need to cut soon as well.
Yeah, 2020. I don't want to say it's done. Yeah, it's done.
I mean,
2020 is done. Yeah, 2020 is done. It's done.
Omar, are you just gonna train for HHI? I do believe in terms of for us as teachers and dancers in this chat, I do believe that's one in this country anyway. It's one little sort of like it's a little carrot, isn't it? That one comp, because of it's almost like it's sort of risen to the top a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the one thing where it's a competition. No offense to all the other comps. It feels like this comp is saying, hey, you're doing this because we're trying to do, because if you win or you compete or whatever, this is what's going to happen. There's a world's out of it. While as the other comps felt like they were putting it on because their main comp wasn't able to put on and they're losing money, so they need to put something on. Do you know what I mean? Or to stay relevant. So HHI does feel like a little bit like they've said, yo, we're going to stick to this. We're going to do it in February. That's why I think for the likes of Zach, yourself, IMD, even GDND, I don't know like how you look at it, but we can say, yo, we're going to, even Boy Blue, we can say we're going to stay open, because whether it's for theatre reasons or whether it's for the competition sides of it, the only problem is you have to be fit. Well, from what it said, we've got to read into the legals a little bit more, but you got to be 15 and above. So, but it's definitely given us a bit of hope. That whole kind of like, yo, there's something there for us to train towards as well. I was going to say, guys, finishing off, we said 2020 is done. Do we think, last thing of one of the questions we were asking, do we believe that when it comes to December the 2nd, we're coming out?
I think we're going to extreme like tier. I think it go back into like the specific areas sort of thing. So if something was like low death rate or low COVID case rate, whatever, I think they're going to like tier 2, and then the rest of the country would be tier 3. I think London was staying in quite strict conditions. Same with Manny, Birmingham, the cities pretty much, and the ones where like, you know, like the sisters and dads lips each other, like Peterborough and that. No, I'm joking. There's no one in Peterborough watching us.
Honestly, I feel like
yeah, tears. It's going into tears, I think.
I feel like we're gonna get halfway through the lockdown, and then the government's gonna realize that we're probably gonna have to close down schools. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think we're gonna get halfway through, then they're gonna be like, COVID is still rising. COVID can still transfer through kids, as you should know, clowns. And they're gonna have to close schools, and then when they do that, they're gonna realize, oh yeah, it's peaking again. Oh yes, let's extend it to January the 1st.
And that's what like all the academic people are gonna like feel.
Oh my me.
Grandma.
Actually,
School should have stayed open for men like you, fam. That's an epidemic.
What did you get your GCSEs?
We'll talk about it after. I can't lie. Every time I've got my hopes up, it's always been thrown back in my face, innit? But like the one hope, like faith I've had, like maybe this might actually like go in our favor, like just not in it.
If you manifest it, it will happen.
No. I thought about that regarding HHI, fam.
Listen, I manifested in April
Bro,
And I was
This is
so
what I'm saying.
sure.
This is what I'm saying.
Bro,
After April, that's
know
when
what, yeah?
everything went.
You know what? Yeah,
After
I feel
April.
like we all manifested because we got to April, but it was like, yeah, this is not 4 weeks. It was gonna go. We said, oh yeah, 3 months. Everyone was like, yeah, 3 months is gonna be over. Huh? 3 months came. What happened? We're still
It
in our
was June.
Look
It was
where we are,
June when
dude.
my depression kicked in.
I think that's the point. I think that's the point. Yeah. Then everyone was like, guys, our prayers are not really working, so we're gonna have to look at a different kind of route at this point in time, fam. But no, it also don't make sense as well because let's be real. If lockdown got lifted in the 2nd of December, bro, what's everyone doing in December?
Christmas.
Shopping.
Thank you very much.
That's why I think they're not gonna do a complete lockdown. I think they're gonna let people go out for like shops and that to
They can't afford
boost
it,
the
though.
economy and
Gonna
shut it
go
back down in January. Which,
Right.
as everyone's probably seen today, furlough got extended till March. So take of that what you will, innit?
That's what I
Okay,
said.
Jack, I said this to Kobe. Didn't I tell you this before? We spoke about this, didn't it? I said, yo, can no one see the telltale signs? They're like, yeah, only a month, but they're extending the furlough that it ended in October, all of a sudden, all the way to March. But yeah, they said, and then that leaked document from Sage saying we need to go until March.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. You told me this is about April. You went, just April and we'll be back out. And we were there all the way to
And
the end.
even so, on the news yesterday or day before, Boris had said now that he aims for the UK to defeat COVID. Like, oh, sorry, Thanos. By I think I made that joke before. By spring. It's like okay. And then more time. His boy Michael Gove, whatever his name is, has said, yeah, no, it's definitely extended.
That's what he said.
Within 24 hours. These
said,
are
yeah,
the biggest
extended.
hypocrites. I hate them.
You know what,
so
yeah,
much.
guys, and he's all there in the House of Commons in Parliament going, I promise, we'll be out of this lockdown by December the 2nd, bro. If I catch you slipping, yeah, and December the 2nd don't come,
Yeah, but imagine that day, like if he just goes, they won't do that, will they? They won't get to like the 1st of December and just go, yeah, you can crack on. Like they won't do that. Like what they'll do is they'll get like 2 weeks in and go, shit. Like,
yeah.
We're not going to be able to let them out in 2 weeks. Let's do something now to soften the blow. Like, so I think if you hear nothing from them and they go quiet, it might
literally
be.
You know how they coerced us with the last one. They went, the disease is rising, everything is rising. Right? So when they get to say rising, it's going up. We're getting to the R rate. If the R rate of 1 gets to hit, and I was like, okay, just say it. We're staying here. Just say it. Just tell me.
Bro,
just tell me.
I was just like the whole way through lockdown. I was like, yeah, it's getting to a peak. It's rising so much. I was just like, brother, no one's at work, fam. So how is it rising so much? Like,
bro, no one's
everyone's at home. You've just told me.
I didn't know everyone was testing. Who's testing?
You've just told me everyone's at yard, fam. They're not telling me everyone's at yard. Has everyone contracted coronavirus? I beg you, please, fam.
Bro. And some of these people, bro, know something I don't know. Does anyone know how to get these tests at that time? Did anyone know in April, other than go to the hospital, which they told us not to go to? So it was like,
fam, blood. I'm just like,
where do I get my test?
Like what? Like, how the hell does this even make sense?
In April, I had no idea where to get a test, and they were like, "It's rising." I was like, "Who the frick is getting these tests?"
Fam, if it's rising, why is TFO losing money? Like TFO's lost money, so clearly people are not using it, but yet it's rising. It makes no sense. So if everyone's not using TFO no more, and TFO are losing millions, but yet coronavirus is doing this, but TFO is doing this. It's not really making sense to me.
And then somehow all the old people knew how to get it. How did the old people know how to get these tests? I didn't know how to get. All the old people, the pensioners, knew how to get this test.
As if they could even work a mobile phone, fam.
Exactly.
Everyone's telling me, yeah, you can order a test to your house. Bruv, I learned this out in August. What? When everyone was going on holiday, they said, you can order it to your house. I said, pardon me?
I didn't know I could do that on my mobile. What?
Bare people went on holiday. Did everyone see people cut the UK yesterday?
I'm not gonna lie. No, yeah, yesterday. I said to myself, I was saying to my friends, I was just like, bro, when our first lockdown got lifted, I said I should have taken the opportunity to fly out. I should have just
honestly, because I'm like, oh, like fuck, no way I'm going to an airport in this environment. There's no way I'm doing it. And I'm looking at people on my Snap and Instagram, and they're on a beach sipping cocktails, and here I am in my fucking flat in Colchester, Essex, in lockdown. I'm pissed.
Someone was like, oh yeah. Someone was like, oh yeah. So smiling away. Oh, I'm so sad I can't come back to London at the moment. I'm stuck in Jamaica. Cool. Cinema.
Oh,
right.
More time these countries they're flying to on, like, don't get me wrong, it's obviously bad, but it's nowhere near as bad if they're letting in tourists.
No, because you know why? Them countries, as we all know, the countries took it serious straight away. It's only us, that stupid whoever Johnson name he is, I don't know why, with his suit half hanging off. Like him, I don't know what he was on. I don't know what he was on. Why is his trousers under his shoes when he walks? Like,
who talking about the health minister guy?
No,
Boris.
Why do you look like a year 7? Why do you look like a year 7 in a blazer that's too small?
Oh my life, this guy put his button in the wrong one above.
Why is your hair always a mess? Like, if the prime minister, I think we should be worried, because he is stressed.
How can your appearance make it look like you got the worst breath on the sun?
His appearance is dead. Someone said on Twitter, Jack saw it as well. Someone said, yeah, this is the type of guy, yeah, if you're in court and he's on your case, you're losing instantly. You're getting the maximum.
I didn't get the photo because it's so funny, bro.
You're getting the maximum penalty, fam.
Me and Mally are Twitter famous, by the way. Get ours.
Yeah, that's a Twitter. Our thing be popping off.
Oh my days. By the way, guys, look. I don't know if you can see this. This is when. Where's my camera? Jack, what you doing? Fix up. Look how unserious this man is. This is when he was running for mayor for my my ends, Hillerden. Why is Elmo and Binman back there?
Words, bro. What the
This
hell?
guy's so unserious.
Oh, no, sorry, hold on, Omar. Please get this video up for me, please. When he rugby tackled that youth, fam. I beg you, get out. I beg you. When he rugby tackled that youth.
I'm gonna get it, but first I want to say, did no one think, that this guy right here looked like Stewie that was advising the UK?
Oh my god!
Everyone says it, yeah. The guy here.
Oh my days, yeah.
Bro.
Wow, you know,
he's the health guy, isn't it?
Yeah, Matt Hancock.
That man there, fam.
No, the other guy. This is the other guy, the Chris Whitty or something.
Chris Whitty.
Yeah, this guy. Did no one remember him?
Oh, what the name? Yeah, that's
That's Chris Whitty. Like, he scared me. He scared me every time. So what am I getting?
It's his soccer aid, or it's a charity match.
Boris Johnson. Just say Boris Johnson rugby tackles boy.
Or slide tackle, or just charity match. Come up. Oh my god, this guy.
The way that you dropped. He was in primary school as well, you know. Big Boris Johnson, fam. You was in primary.
Wait, are you talking about?
Oh man, I know what you're on about, fam. I was talking about the charity match. This one's even worse.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Now I'll put it in the chat. Fam, he rugby tackles the youth. Yeah, it's at the top.
Oh.
Hold on, where is it?
This guy's such an asshole.
Hey, my mum and my dad would have been vexed.
Bro, get up his charity match as well. Type in Boris Johnson charity.
Bro, what's wrong with my man?
Oh, he tripped him.
Oh, so he's got text.
I
can't believe this guy is
leading our country, fam.
Bro, this guy's actually in charge of our whole country, bro. I can't believe it. Nah, this guy's a clown, fam.
How's her helmet planted?
Bro.
Nah, he looks mad.
Yeah, his collar's always mad. Someone said, why has he never combed his hair, fam?
Nah, this.
Why is he never? Yeah, is it a charity match? You said, Jack, fam. This guy,
It's like England versus. I don't know.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about.
It was like a soccer aid like event or something.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah. See, this
Bro,
man
it's for England, bro.
this man's actually on smoke when he wants to be.
Bro,
Look at this challenge.
Oh!
Look at him jogging.
Bro, pull it up.
Nah, we would. Nah, we.
Pull up.
He got up and started jogging. Oh my
Fam,
god.
look at his head.
Bro, man, headbutted his kneecap,
Do
fam.
that, fam.
He's actually wearing a helmet.
He was actually looking to damage him. Like
Bro.
he was like, hey, your career's over.
Look at the intention behind man's run.
Bro, look, fam, his head went from here. He went there last minute. He's trying to collapse it. 100%.
Ah, that is stupid fun.
Oh my god, I'm hearing pass out.
Pass out.
God.
You're not dead. Let's go. On the jump of the beat as well.
Two goals down as well.
In a football match, fam.
Yeah, we bring the stars out. We bring the women and the cars out. The celebration, get the glass out.
And man didn't even try to get the ball. And keep it. He couldn't even try to get the ball, fam. He didn't want the ball.
He did not even try and get that ball.
Bro, put it back.
Man can pass
He
the
did
ball,
not
fam.
even try and get that ball.
He did what he
Look,
did.
look at a bit. He put his hands on his head like, oh, what's wrong? Like, what I do?
He said,
What I do?
He looked at him. He looked at him before he's like, oh,
He's
damn.
like, oh, what have I done? What have I done?
He's like, oh.
Yo, that's what I see every time he does an announcement about COVID-19. He's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
I can't work out if he's like, he looks like he's went to tackle him and fell over mid-run. I can't work out if he's like, right now, I'm going to take him out like rugby style, or if he's like,
let's work it out.
I'm going too fast for my legs.
Fam, he wanted to kill him, blood. He wanted to murder him, fam.
He wanted to collapse him,
Fam,
Hey, look.
damage.
They're the close one. A bit further in.
oh, man's in pain as well.
Bro, but hold up, why are you running and your body's down?
Bro,
Why
wait,
are
no.
What are you doing? Look, his
that,
arms
Bro,
are wrapped around
if
his
we
leg.
look at Boris Johnson, yeah, and you look at his body, I don't know where his center of gravity is in it, but when this guy runs, it just goes down.
Why is he going down? Is his head that heavy?
He just goes down.
Is his head that heavy? Look.
No. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He knew what he was going to do.
Bro, can you
Bro,
see his spin? Look at his
that's what I'm
hair.
saying.
How it's going back, fam. He's got a bowl cut. That is all flying back.
Oh, he was falling. Look, he's falling over. He's falling.
Oh my god, he headbutted him in the nuts, fam. Am I reading
That's what I'm
that?
saying, bro.
He headbutted him in the nuts. Nah, this guy actually deserves to go to prison.
I think
can't believe he's
it might be a case of he's played rugby all his life at private school, and like you know he's not used to, like the other guys just knocked it past him, and he's thought I didn't calculate for that. I'm going too quick.
I think Boris is drunk, fam.
I didn't know that this is how it works. You know,
Fam,
I
that
think
bro.
it's an accident.
I think this guy's just constantly drunk.
Let me go back to college. And he does a rugby match in my college.
Nah, he fell.
Bro.
He fell. He had no center of gravity. He fell. Look, watch. He had every intention for that ball, and he just drops. Look, watch. Look, he's like, oh.
How are you falling? Now, actually, let me know how you falling.
Man can't even run.
Bro, the thing is, he weren't running for long. You need to fall like that.
Bro, he ran for like
Wasn't
2.5
seconds,
fam.
fam, if you were doing a 100-meter sprint and you started falling down in the end, it would make sense. Look where he started running from. So rerun it. It's even better.
Afterwards, that does me.
It's even better with the music. Do it again. Even better with the music. Okay.
I'm good. Imagine the prime. Imagine having a prime
Guys.
minister. Imagine having a prime minister that's got no control of his like basic
He's on
bodily
gravity,
functions.
yeah, and he's got to control a whole country.
Like,
If there's an emergency
even,
and
like-
we had to run off, fam, he's tripping over his trousers. He's
Yeah, but
trying
guys,
to
we all-
on the bottom of his shoes.
Guys, we've all played football here. It's 86 minutes. What's the point at this moment? You're losing 4-2. And you went it for that tackle. At that point, the game is pretty much at its end.
Fam, I would have called
think-
it. How did he not get sent off?
Bro, I'm more baffed on the fact that he put his hands up like, what's wrong? Oh no, I've done something wrong. What?
No, it's the fact he did it after. He was like, oh,
He knows what he did, fam.
Oh.
He tackled a small child.
fam,
Oh
he knew
my
it.
God.
Fam, bro, you know them people when you was younger and you used to see their trousers wet at the bottom. You used to think, how's your trousers wet like that? And their trousers is all hanging off and that. They're just
one of them loose ass ties.
Yo, I've got to do this. I've got to do this. Sorry, Dijon, you're getting people on YouTube. I haven't looked at YouTube. Something just came up.
Oh, you're gonna fly him out.
Oh dear. Whoa.
That guy have a NASA t-shirt. Oh dear.
What am I gonna say about NASA, bro? Wait, hold on.
Maxi, he works for NASA, bro.
You know him. Omar, do you know
I
him?
don't
I don't know. It's YouTube. YouTube. We actually. It's not like Facebook where you know the
I
people.
forget we're on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Is it one of your fans, Omar? Please, because I don't wanna...
It's probably a fan. It's probably like an IMD fan. Yeah.
Okay. Let me...
Or IMD supportee. Sorry, no one's a fan. We're all supporters. All supporters. But yeah.
I wouldn't have that. I guess, like the ecodemics.
Can I just say? Can I just say as well?
Wait,
Yeah, go on,
I want to
bro.
know if Maxi's a flat earther.
Yeah, go on, Zach.
I was going to say as well, just to keep the tone pretty balanced, because we're obviously pretty balanced, like level-headed people. I do think it's good though that someone like Boris Johnson is doing them sort of things, like doing a football match, because that's quite like you know what I mean. He's not like you know, like the whole like tough posh boy thing. You know, like he wouldn't. Like, do you know what I mean? We can't have it both ways. Do you know what I mean? Like saying things like, "Oh, they don't understand us people," like who don't go to private school and that. But then if he's actually doing himself something like that and putting himself out there, but yeah, he can't play football. That's it.
No, do you know what's mad? I liked Boris when he was a mayor. He made me laugh. I thought he was a shit mayor, but he just made me laugh. Like when he tried everything with riding the bikes. You know, he rid his bike to work all the time to make a point. He's alright.
Yeah.
Fam, I see him in one dinger, fam. Sorry, I'm so
like
I saw him in one dinger on the way to think. I was just like, I saw the car with my mum. It was like, is that Boris Johnson, bro? Not the people point he's trying to say.
And he used to take public transport. He refused to get in the cars. He'd get public transport just to show, to be an example. Like I'm good. You got to give him love. I've never seen this guy. You know what it is? I've never seen this guy so stressed. I look at him. I'm like, yeah, you're out of your depth. You are out of your depth.
Omar, please go on Facebook and bring up the picture that I put in the chat. Please, I beg. Because I look at that picture, I'm like, he is terrible. His appearance is terrible. How can someone look like that?
The funny thing is, he's always looked like that. He's never not looked like that.
You look at him and you're like, bruv, this is our prime minister, you know? Like, it's your seat's not tailored or nothing, bruv. Like, at least have... please.
He gets his suit from M&S. I can tell you that much.
M&S, George. Asda.
Yo, don't disrespect any of them. Peacock. That's where he goes. He goes Peacocks. That's where he goes.
Not even that. VHS fan. VHS fan.
He goes Matalan.
He goes cash converters.
I know Matalan's cold, though. I can't like Matalan's cold, fam.
He goes Pound Store. He blatantly goes Pound Store. He goes Pound Store and gets his...
Nah, Peacock's
Definitely got that from Limehouse.
Mali's not loading on my thing. All right, guys. Mali's not loading for some reason. But guys, we're done. We're done for the day.
Yeah, good show, man.
All right, just to finish off, Trump or Biden? Someone said
Biden.
Albie said
Trump.
Chris Rainey.
On that note, please wrap it up, please. Omar,
Okay,
please
cool.
wrap it up.
I just want to say thank you, everyone. 2020 is not done. Everyone, if you watched watched previously, we talked about everything about coming back in the studios. You have to be under professional, or like you're competing on a national thing. I think some of us who compete in comps, we can get away with it. So yeah. Anyway, that's about it, really.
Don't quote you on that, bro.
Was that the conclusion? And like we can still do if we're training for comms.
I think we could. I think we could push it for now, and then we can say that we're an elite because we're technically under the elites. We're technically under sports as well, dance and leisure choreography. We're doing something professional.
But guys, please be careful with that because I don't want you guys to get slapped with a dirty.
Don't promote it on your Snapchat. Don't promote the story that you're rehearsing. Keep it to yourself, innit?
Yeah, 100%. Keep it to yourself.
It's already out there.
No, I mean, as in when we're rehearsing, keep it to ourselves. Try not to.
Like, don't snap your gun rehearsals to like show off, innit? Just go for the rehearsal.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. These are not the people that you need to worry about. You need to worry about the nosy neighbors. It's these neighbors that be snitching on everyone. You know. Remember, some of these people can get £500 reward. Cool.
Eh? £500 reward. I'm a nosy neighbor. What can I?
I'm snitching. I'm snitching. Yo, government, I got 2 people in the house. They don't meant to be there. I'm snitching.
Hold on.
That's
£2,500. Let's stop. I have a key.
You're a support bubble, technically.
I have a key, so I live here. I'm here more than Omar is.
Wait, is Catherine there? Wait, let me see Kat. Is Kat there? Sure. Kat, come on the screen.
She's here illegally. Sorry.
Kat, I can't see you. Okay, government, you see, I got 3. I want £1,500 in my pocket by the end of today.
Now, you know what? Yeah, Omar will put on rehearsals. They're not turn up.
And then I will blast on everyone and make money. £200 a head.
That is good.
Omar don't live here anymore. Just saying, Omar don't live here. Omar lives in Bow, fam. He lives.
So hypothetically, if I was to put a rehearsal on tomorrow and then the police turned up, what do I hit them with?
Show him your thing. Show him the paperwork.
The one that you got up.
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
Right, nice one.
Please double check it before you put it on. I'm just saying because if anything happens, I'd be invoicing Omar AMD.
Okay.
Also hypothetical. It's hypothetical as well.
Yeah, hypothetical. Yeah.
No. Yeah. If hypothetically you read it through and you understood that you're competing and using your studio for dance choreography stuff, and you know X, Y, and Z, you could. If you wanted to put a show on, and you didn't have an audience there, you could still put a show, but it'd have to be in house and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Hypothetically.
Yeah.
Remember, these 2 documents, one is legal and one's so it's still from the government. The government have the documents that's been put into layman terms for people just to just read through, and then they have inside highlighted the regulations, which is the legal documents for us to read as well. So actually to understand and everything.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys.
So that's my Twitter. It's also my Instagram.
You got violated, blood.
Nah, Jack, I'll cause a riot.
Nah, you got violated, bro.